Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a homemade hamster treat. Here are a few that I made earlier. These are like the honey bars that you'll buy in pretty much any pet shop. So I'm going to just go ahead and show you how to make these. Now there are a lot of different recipes and varieties you can do of these. The recipe I'm going to be showing you isn't anything in particular. It's just some ideas I got, and I just pretty much threw stuff together and guessed on the amounts. So depending on what you have around your house, as long as you know it's safe for your hamster, this is just a general guideline. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what all you'll need to make these treats. So here are all the ingredients that you're going to need to make those treats. You'll start off with your regular hamster food, which I have here. Some whole grain oats, some natural honey, a little bit of cooking spray, some raisins, a small bowl to mix everything in, just a little bit of flour, maybe about a tablespoon, 1 egg, a cupcake tin, and a couple spoons, one to measure stuff out with and another one to stir. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So I like to mix all my dry ingredients first, and I did forget to mention, while you're doing this, you want to go ahead and get your oven preheated. I bake mine at about 300 degrees for about 15 minutes. So you want to make sure your oven's preheated. First, I start with my hamster food. For those 3 cupcake sized treats I made, I used about 4 spoons of your regular hamster food. So let's go ahead and put that in the bowl. Okay. And next, I add about 2 tablespoons of oats. Let me wipe off this spoon real quick. And then add a few raisins. There's no exact measurement on these. I just pour a few out into my hand and just add those in there. Make sure they're not clumped up. So there is all the dry ingredients. If you want to go ahead and put about your tablespoon or so of flour in, you don't need too much. Then I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of natural honey. This gives it good flavor, so your hamster should like it, plus it holds it together pretty well. That's my oven's preheated. I don't put too much in here, maybe about a couple teaspoons. There's one. So that's probably enough. You don't want it too sticky because honey can get stuck in their pouches. After you put the honey in, you'll do your egg. I only actually put the egg white in because this isn't a big amount. If you're making a really large amount, you might want the whole egg, but I didn't see the need for the whole egg. Just go ahead and crack your egg and get some of the egg white in there. That should be enough. Set that to the side. And just mix it all together. You just want to make sure that all of your oats and food are thoroughly coated so that they stick together. So there is what your mix will look like once you have everything in there. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and get the cupcake tin. And I just spray a little bit of cooking spray in the bottom of these just so it's a little bit easier to get them out. And then add your batter. I put about maybe 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch in here. If you have these small cupcake pans, which I don't have one of those, I'm going to be getting one. Those would probably make a really good size of treat since these are pretty big. After you make them, you might want to chop them up into half or something before you give them to your hamster, especially if they're a dwarf. Also, if you're giving them to dwarfs, you may want to leave the raisins out since they do contain sugar and dwarfs are prone to diabetes. So go ahead and scoop some of that into each one. This amount should make 3 pretty good sized treats. So once you have them in there, you just want to press them down So once they get out of the oven, they'll be pretty solid. Okay, so there they are up close. Now what you want to do is you want to put these in the oven. I put mine at 300 degrees, and for this size, it takes about 15 to 20 minutes. You may experiment with different degree settings and time, but I think a low degree for a longer time would be better. That way they don't get burnt on the bottom. So I have my oven preheated, so I'm going to go put these in the oven for a while, and I will be back when they're done. So my treats have been in the oven about 15 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and take them out. Make sure that if you're not allowed to use the oven by yourself, you get your parents' help on this part, because they are going to be really hot when you take them out. So you just want to take them out of the oven and just barely feel them. They should be pretty hard. They don't have to be completely hard because you don't want them to be burnt, but they should be pretty hard. I'm just going to take them over and set them down here. And you want to let them completely cool before you do anything else. So that'll probably take about 10 to 15 minutes, and then I will be back to show you the very end. So after about 10 minutes or so, your pan and treat should be completely cooled. To get these out without them breaking apart, what you'll want to do is take like a butter knife or a plastic knife and just loosen up all the edges. They might crumble a little bit, but this should keep them pretty much intact. Okay, now the edges are loose. If they still don't come out, you might have to pry them up just a little bit, and they should pop right out since you used the baking spray. Okay, so there are the treats I just made. As you can see, they look pretty good, look pretty similar to the store-bought ones. And that recipe will make 3 cupcake-sized ones that are pretty big. Now, since these are made mostly of the hamster's natural food, they're not that fattening since it's what they'd be eating anyway. The only thing that really adds the fat and the sugar is the raisins and the honey, but overall they're not that bad. There's no preservatives in them or anything like there would be in the store-bought treats. Plus, they're a lot cheaper since most of this stuff you already have laying around the house. Now, if you're going to be storing these for a long time, like I probably will be, I'm probably actually going to keep these in the freezer just because they were made with like eggs. I'll probably just keep them in the freezer to keep them fresh. I'll go ahead and put one of these in my hamster's cage. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys try to make these and have good luck with them. If you have any questions, make sure to leave a comment down below and make sure to subscribe for more videos. I still am having my 50 subscriber contest going on as long as you're watching this before May 22nd. And if not, I'm up to almost 100 subscribers already. So I will be having my other giveaway when I reach 100 subscribers. So make sure to go to my channel and check out those videos and you can enter those. But if not, that is it for this video, and I hope you liked it.